let's get into the Club World Cup very briefly, Coach. Chelsea Football Club playing. Let me see if I can find an update of the score. Okay, the game is a wrap. Ended
3-1.
3-1. Yeah. Wow. Coach, I don't know if you've seen any of the games so far. I don't know if you follow the competition. What have you made of the level of competition and the level of performance from the teams, especially the big European side? I feel like a lot of the teams are tired. I don't know if I'm the only one who's seen it, but I think the players look tired.
You remember last week I said I believe the timing of the competition was not properly thought through. Because look, these players, they are not machines. So they are not robots. They are human beings. And you cannot ask them to go at it in the manner in which we've demanded of them. It's too much. And naturally, the body will give in. Yep. And that's what we've seen. But having said that, truth be told, all the games, in my view, have not been like a spectacle. Some of them
I think the game I've loved so far was Benfica and Boca. Was it Benfica and Boca?
Yeah, Benfica Boca.
That was such an intense game.
That was a 2-2, right?
The PSG, is it Botafogo?
Botafogo and PSG.
That
game was intense.
Look, the last 25 minutes. Goodness me. When PSG
Luis Enrique introduced all the into the game.
I say, wow, this is football. One team decided that we will repel. Throw it all at us, and our job here is to stop you from getting behind and putting the ball in the back. I really enjoyed that game, the last 25 minutes. But having said that, again, the tournament is going to get better.
Yeah,
we are sieving through.
Yeah,
after the group stages, I think there are so many games where even you may not be pushed to watch once you hear the parents.
How many people do you think watch River Plate versus Ura? Is it Ura
or
Red Diamonds?
Yeah. There you go. So I think that the tournament itself
will heat up after the group stage.
Will take proper shape after the group stage. And once we get there, that is when now we'll begin to. For me, what I want to see happen is what I saw yesterday when Inter Miami played against FC Porto.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't want Messi to go out of the tournament.
Porto are a terrible team.
But Porto themselves.
Are you sure? Inter Miami are just no good?
I've watched Porto in the Champions. I've watched them across. They're just terrible. If I compare them to Benfica and Sporting, I don't think they're good.
Better. That's why they play third in their league. Yesterday, I watched the Porto Inter Miami game, and for me, anytime I watch, I want to see what Messi still has in the bag. He doesn't need to run around.
Technique is still there.
The technique is there. Look, class is permanent. Class is permanent. And yesterday we saw class. We just saw Chelsea played very well in the first half.
Yeah.
But they should know that if you are playing against these guys from South America, they are not only technically good, they are powerful.
Yeah.
They've got speed.
They like chaos.
And I feel like the South Americans have come into this tournament with a point to prove.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And that is what we've seen.
Yep. They are playing with a chip on their shoulder.
They are playing. You can be the best European team. When you come up against them, be ready for a fight.
Yeah.
And PSG tested it. They tested the fair share of it. Chelsea had just had their fair share.
Yep.
So there's everything to
former
play for.
Player.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Felipe Luis.
Who's
the head coach now.
This is what the tournament is all about. And look, like I said, as we get deeper and deeper into the tournament, it's going to get better.
Talk to me about, I don't know which teams have stood out for you.
I just want to say, just the teams from outside Europe generally have impressed me more than I expected. Because we see the South American teams are yet to lose. And in the 3 matches the South American teams have played against European opposition, if I remember correctly, they've won.
Charlie, I saw
they've
Oscar.
won what? They've won 2 and drawn 1.
I saw Oscar Ustari. I thought I had been put into a time machine.
I couldn't believe it.
Oscar Ustari.
When I saw Susu's tweets, I just had to laugh. Like, was that tweet or a message you put? It was a tweet. Oscar, look, I play a lot. I play a lot. He's what? 38 years. About 4. Look, I play a lot of football manager. Right? 2008. The first keeper you signed was Oscar Ustari, 19 years from Getafe. Do you understand?
That's
so
crazy.
for him to still be playing, it's a shock. Shock crazy.
He put up a
Because
few
he and Mika
crazy
Richards
saves.
are about the same age.
He put off a lot
Exactly.
of crazy saves.
In fact,
in that game.
the two goalkeepers from that game actually dominated.
Yeah.
Like the headlines.
You know, and fair play to him. He saved the penalty and all that. But I think, look, Inter Miami have become the first team from North America to beat a European team. Al Hilal have become the first Asian team to avoid defeat against a European team. And we are seeing the South American teams do very well. So,
Touch on two things for me. So we saw Inzaghi have his debut with Al Hilal. Alonso had his debut with Real Madrid, and Trent had quite a nightmare debut. It didn't go too well.
Real Madrid didn't look good, to be honest. Because I was at a restaurant, so I was watching the game. I was watching the food. I was watching the game as I was like kind of having my food, you know.
Yeah.
So my eye was on it, and the first half especially, I was surprised by how well Al Hilal were playing.
They look like an European side.
I didn't expect. Look, when you look at their players, there are about 6 or 7 players who could be playing in Europe.
Milinkovic Savic, Koulibaly,
Malcolm, Renan Lodi, João Cancelo. Who else? They have players. Mitrovic didn't play, but he's on the. And then they have the best Saudi player. If you remember, the guy who scored that goal.
Al-Daswari.
Yeah, the guy who scored that goal against Argentina at the World Cup. So they have good players.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys
Very stacked.
A lot of these guys will be playing for European teams. So that one is not Bono, Yacine Bono. There's former Sevilla and Morocco keeper. So the quality is there. But I expected them to look decent. I didn't expect them to be disgraced. I didn't expect them to be better than Real Madrid. That's what shocked me. Because even Real Madrid's goal, it was a counter attack. They were the ones who rather hit them on the counter. Even the guy's finish. You know, he kicked the ball against his own leg. But so the non-European teams are making cases for themselves. So look at Inter Miami against Porto. Like you said, Porto are not as good as they should be, granted. But Inter Miami are not some all-conquering team. Inter Miami are not, are not CONCACAF Champions League champions. They go through by being the best team in the MLS regular season. So it's not like they're a good North American team, but are they elite? Are they better than some of the Mexican teams, So them even getting results against Porto shows that actually we need to give these leagues a bit more respect. Because to be frank, after the Al Hilal game, I had a bit of sympathy for Cristiano Ronaldo. Because these guys didn't win the league or Champions League. And look at them against Real Madrid. So,
I when I saw them, in fact, I just had the same impression. When I saw them, I'm like, hey, so this is I now understand why Ronaldo's team lose every cup final or every game
because
to this
Al
guy.
Hilal have beaten them like 3 finals in a row or something like that.
They have all the players. They have all the players.
And Ruben Neves, you didn't even mention him. He scored so there's a lot of good players, and I believe they even have N'Golo Kante on loan.
Yeah, literally, they are a European team. Really.
Yeah, so I mean, look, these teams are good.
Yeah.
They are better than we expected.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see them competing a bit. I would like to see more from the African teams so far. Al Ahly did okay against Inter Miami. That was nice, but we need to see a bit more. But look, generally speaking, maybe because they are taking it more seriously than the European teams, they are looking better, but that's okay. As long as they are giving us competitive games, and not the European teams kind of waltzing through the tournament, it will make an interesting watch. So I'm happy with it.
For the South America teams, there's a lot of money that is being put out there to win.
It's making their head spin.
Look, they are not taking it lightly at all.
These monies can save entire football clubs.
I'm telling you, they would guarantee.
Even the European teams, Benfica and
they need the money.
I think that's why
and Salzburg, if they took it more seriously, there's a lot of money for them that they usually won't get.
Lots of money.
Yeah. Anyway, while some people have spent 3 weeks Wakeleg Benomoin in Burmo, I want to put it to him factually that.
But let's
hold on.
Flamengo-Chelsea game before we move on.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
They take the lead. We are again, like we are saying, we expect the quality to shine through. Because you look at some of these South American teams, quite a few older players in there who you are thinking, and that's what surprised me, especially about the Brazilian teams. The age doesn't seem to be bothering them at all.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you are thinking that they too old? Because look at Thiago Silva at 41, 40.
Football they be brave, so your legs there.
At a certain point, your legs have to be there.
Yeah,
but
no,
look
for real.
But look how Fluminense came.
Yeah.
They went a goal down. You think that okay, this is it for them. They keep pushing. They get the goal. They get the second goal, and then Jackson wins them the game by getting sent off. So very impressive from Flamengo, and it just shows that look, what we thought was going to happen has not happened, and that's the beauty of football. You think it's going to be a cakewalk.
I want more shocks.
Even the Botafogo coach, he said that the cemetery of football is filled with favorites. He said it before the PSG game. So
I like that quote. I like that quote.